What's up, guys? We are here at Labrada HQ to train some arms. In this little post-apocalyptic routine, we've settled into the Labrada gym has become the arm day gym because they have cables and a preacher bench, and yeah, so kind of picking and choosing where we train right now, just depending on the equipment we have available. Taking what we can get, as everyone is right now. Definitely not saying I have it bad. I know I have it better than most. Feel very blessed to be in that position. But anyways, like I said, training arms. Brian and I kind of talked, and I think we're going to do a little kind of superset-ish today. So, you know, like superset a bicep and a tricep movement. Probably 3 rounds of that. So, you know, I think we're going to start with a dumbbell preacher and a single arm cable cuff tricep extension. Move from there. I'll probably do like a dumbbell skull crusher. Brian will probably do like an overhead one because his elbows are bugging him. Superset that probably with step forward single arm curls, and then finish up with you know, some kind of variation of a push down, maybe actually an overhead push down, and some hammer curls. So that'll be arm day in a nutshell. Yeah, let's get after it. Alright guys, so first superset of the day is going to be the single arm dumbbell preacher into the cuff tricep extension. So things you want to pay attention with for every exercise you ever do in the gym, but especially on arm day, because if you don't follow this, typically your elbows will get very hurty very quick, is we want to have proper joint alignment. So everything we do today, we want to pay attention, trying to keep our wrist, elbow, shoulder all in the same line throughout the whole range of motion. So that's why I prefer dumbbell preachers to using both at the same time. You're really able to get the arm locked in, your body turned in a way. My biggest cue is make the armpit of your elbow point straight up the whole time. At the bottom, you're going to be slightly turned in. As you curl, think pinkies up, thinking almost finishing with the pinky up, turning your hand, and really getting a full contraction. Making a big point to keep the elbow driven into the pad the whole time. There should be no gap or anything the whole time. Driving that elbow back into the pad, getting good supination at the top. Everything's in a straight line the whole time. So moving from there over to the cuff extension. Pretty straightforward. If you don't have a cuff, you can just grab it by the balls, right? Everything's good when you grab the legs by the balls as well. But I have a cuff, so we're going to do them with the cuff. You're going to get that cuff, and we're going to get set up in a way. You're going to be angled on it. It's going to be that pulley, your wrist, elbow, shoulder, all in a straight line. Elbows pinned at your side, letting a full stretch and actually as much elbow flexion as possible, then focusing on getting as straight an arm as possible, taking all the flexion out of your elbow. Your tricep is a elbow extensor, so extend your elbow. Back to starting position, right to there. Notice the only thing moving is from here to here. I mean, my upper arm is frozen, getting a good contraction, the shoulders locked down and back the whole time, and the triceps isolated and working. So that's the first superset of the day. Yep. 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 Hey. Let's go. Up. Second superset of the day is going to be a from the ground dumbbell skull crusher into a step forward bicep cable curl. So I'll go over the from the floor dumbbell skull crusher first. So you're going to want to get into position, press them up. I really like having my feet up so I'm able to really have my lower half sucked into the ground and braced. Can't fire a cannon from a canoe. The more stable we are, the more output we'll get from the tricep. Focusing for this exercise from the shoulder to your elbow, your upper arm, your humerus is staying frozen, paying attention to try and keep your wrist, your elbow, and your shoulder all in alignment. Why I like doing them with dumbbells and not a bar is once you get past a certain size, and I passed that certain size a long time ago, it helps keep the joint alignments in place. So by actually turning your hand in a little like that, you're able to keep everything in line. And Brian, if you'll come over my face, you'll be able to get a really good idea of what this looks like. So see how I'm coming in, and even at my size, I'm able to keep everything relatively in a straight line. It feels much better on my elbows than trying to go like that. Hopefully y'all can see the difference of that versus turning the hand in a little bit and allowing everything to track in a much more natural path and much more aligned. So moving from there, second part of our second superset, we're going to do a step forward bicep curl. So why not just curl it like this? Well, because we're going for that stretch in the bottom part of the motion. So grab it, get everything set, take a step forward. We just need a little bit of pull. You don't want your arm like way back here. You just want it to where at the bottom you still have tension. Think about getting your shoulder locked down and back, having the elbow slightly forward, keeping it in line with your midline, but keep the bicep engaged even when you're at the bottom. And then focus, same thing that we did for that preacher curl. Keeping that upper arm frozen, really driving and finishing with that pinky turned up, getting a full contraction, and keeping everything in a line, proper joint alignment. And you'll see when you come to the side, in that bottom stretch position, there's still tension and the biceps still engaged. And as we come up, the closer that cable gets to the arm, the more resistance drops off. So it's a very good accommodating resistance for the bicep as well. So that's our second superset. We'll work up to one really hard top set and then probably do a back off set and then on to the third superset. Having fun yet? Alright guys, so last superset of the day, we are going to do a seated hammer curl on the lat pull down. The whole point is to have something behind the elbow to really kind of freeze it. Follow John Meadows, these are where I got them from, John Meadows. So we're going to do these and come around here, we'll show you kind of the premise of them. So obviously focusing on what we focused on the whole workout is joint alignment. So you'll see, I'm going to get back here, lean back, anchor the back of my arms into that bench. And I'm going to keep the back of the arm driven in and almost initiate the movement by driving the back of my elbow into there and then curling up. And I am actively driving the back of my arm into that pad the whole time, focusing on squeezing the living shit out of that brachialis. So that's the bicep movement for the last superset. The tricep movement is basically the cables here are a little light for us. So instead of tacking things on, it's not the best cable system in the world, and we don't want to bend my dad's cable stuff because they hear that's frowned upon. We have been stacking it, and we basically are trying to hit 100 reps with as few drops as possible. So the past couple times we've done this, Brian and I both hit the whole stack for, between 35 and 50 reps, depending on how far out I was and how much we'd done before. And, we'll drop it 2 or 3 holes at a time until we hit 100 reps. So we'll only do that one time. We'll work up to a couple sets worth on those hammer curls, and that'll be that for arms. Just yep. And that means it is time for triceps to go.
Gordon.
Alright, so here comes the super awesome tricep set. So basically, like I said, the goal is to hit 100 reps with as few drops as possible. So starting on the stack, pushing it up.
Been doing this for the last couple weeks.